When was the last time your signal provider provided an in-depth forecast of certain pairs in the weekend? Is your signal provider dedicated enough to share all this information with you? In MegaFX, you get all these things. In our weekly forecast video, we're going to share some certain key points, our key observations that we're willing to take the next week. These are the key observations based on which we're going to trade all these pairs the next week. We have got 2 Forex pairs and 2 Indices pairs, and if you want to see all the Indices analysis, all the forecasts of the Indices, you have to watch this video till the end. So let's just start with the GBPJPY pair. In the British pound and Japanese yen, you can clearly see that the price has been consolidating for the last 2 days, because only in the London session the price provided us with some clear moves, and in the NY session and the sessions after that the price kept consolidating. So if we just pay a closer look in the daily time frame, we can clearly see something very interesting. If I just hide my drawings, you can clearly see that the price just tapped the daily order block in this region. So this was the last bullish candle before which the price had a significant drop, and the price failed to break below this low. So as the price has already tapped the daily order block area, there is a huge possibility for the price to drop. So what should be your optimum entry point, I suppose you're wondering. So if you just jump in the 30-minute time frame, you can clearly see some order block areas around here. So this was the last bullish candle before this downfall. So the price should respect this area, the price should reach this area, because at the same time we've got some imbalances over here. The price should reach this area, and we have put our stop loss above this wick. So that's the 𝐙𝐿 analysis for you guys. Now if I just break down this trade from the higher time frame to the lower time frame, as I've already did, you can clearly see a break of structure in the 30-minute time frame, because the price broke below this low, right? And the price didn't create a higher high. So all you need to do is you need to look for a confirmation when the price reaches this zone, and if you get a bearish engulfing candle, you're good to go. If you want more confirmation, you can always wait for a retest. So let's just draw a Fibonacci from this high to this low for more confirmation, and you can clearly see that the price, this 78.6 discount level, is perfectly aligning with our order block area. So this gives us more confirmation. Now if you're wondering if you should go long on GJ, we've also got an opportunity for you, because if you're a retail trader, you're probably familiar with the concept of trend line, right? So in this ascending trend line, you can clearly see that the price, the liquidity was grabbed, because all the sellers in the market got attracted in this move and eventually got taken out, because the price eventually created a higher high. This move attracted sellers in the market. At the same time, all the people, all the retail traders who respected this trend line got taken out with this move, because as you can clearly see that the price has been rejecting this trend line for a while now, and as it went up, it attracted a lot of buyers in the market, and they eventually got taken out. So this can be an optimum zone for you to go long, because as you can clearly see that there is a lot of manipulation, a lot of liquidity happening around here, and your target should be around this area, your first target, and your second target should be around this area. Now let's just jump into the GBPUSD for a clear overview. One of the most basic yet effective retail concept is the creation of higher lows and break of structure. If you're wondering what break of structure is the clear breakout of a significant zone. Now if you're wondering what's a significant zone is something that got rejected, that got tapped multiple times, and then it eventually broke. When that zone breaks out, we can call it, or we can define it as a break of structure. As you can clearly see that the price has been rejecting this zone for a while now, and then it eventually rose up and it got rejected again. So this is GBPUSD. Now if I just jump into the higher time frame, in the daily time frame, you can clearly see something very natural, that the price is ascending high. Now let's just suppose you're waiting and wondering about your target areas. So your first target area should be this order block area, and your second target area should be this order block area in the daily time frame. Now you might wonder why. Because as you guys can clearly see that this was the last bullish candle before this downward facing reversal, and this was the last bullish candle before which the price had around 200 pips drop. So you need to consider these zones as well. So if you're thinking which zones to consider, these two zones should come under your consideration. Now let's just jump into the lower time frames for more confirmation. Now if you just pay a closer look in the 4-hour time frame, just at the day of NFP, in the London session, the price provided us with a bearish engulfing candle in the 4-hour time frame. Right after that, the price simply grabbed some of the liquidity and then went up. As a consequence of it, what we saw was a break of structure, because the price has been consistently creating higher highs and higher lows, and which only indicates one thing, that the price should go up. Now let's just jump into the lower time frames for more confirmation and more optimum entry. So this was the move that got produced at 1:30 p.m. London time. So after seeing this rejection, a lot of sellers got trapped in the market, because as they saw a clear rejection, they went short, but the price eventually rose high. As a consequence of it, we can clearly see that the price gave us a break of structure. Now if we just draw Fibonacci from this low to this high, we can clearly see that this order block area perfectly aligns with our key retracement levels, key discount levels. So we should consider this zone as well. Our stop loss would be just below this wick for the most optimum entry, and if we just see that after grabbing all this liquidity the price is rising high, then we will take another shot. This is our GBPUSD breakdown for you. Let's just jump into the indices market for more breakdowns and more forecasts for you. We'll just start with the US 30 indices. In the Dow Jones Industrial Indices, we can clearly see some key zones that have been identified here. So if you're a smart money trader, you're probably familiar with the concept of liquidity grab, when the price simply creates a significant support or resistance zone and then just breaks through it and then goes on the reverse side. So if you're a smart money trader, or if you're a retail trader, let me teach you one thing, what happened around here. So what happened around here was a clear break of structure. Let me show you how. So in the case of US 30, what the price did was, price simply just got rejected from these zones for a couple of times and then went up. As a consequence of it, the price closed above this resistance area and then had a retracement. So if you're a retail trader, after seeing all these rejections, you probably thought of going long, but eventually your liquidity got grabbed, your SL was tapped, so you got eventually taken out from the market, but the market eventually rose high. Now if you just simply draw a Fibonacci from this low to this high, you can clearly see that this order block area perfectly aligns with 78.6 discount level. This is the deepest discount level possible, I suppose, because you have to take your shot after getting rejection from this zone. If you don't get any kind of rejection from this zone, then it's better not to go on a long position, but if you do, then why not? So these are the zones that we have identified in the lower time frame. The 5-minute time frame, you should look forward to these zones. So as it perfectly aligns with our 78.6 discount level, it will also provide you with a very small SL, which is around 72 pips. So this is the US 30 trade that we're looking forward to for the next day. We're also thinking about going short if the price reaches this level and then provides us with a significant amount of rejection. Now if I just jump into the daily time frame for more confirmation and simply hide all my drawings, you can clearly see that the daily of US 30 is not that good, because the price, although the price had been creating higher lows and higher highs, the price has clearly grabbed most of the liquidity of the retail traders, and we've also got some massive imbalances that needs to be filled. So it's better to to follow your bias, it's better to look for clear ejection from your point of interest like we have identified, but always keep your SL to the minimum and always try to manage your risk, because it's only January and we've got the whole year left, we have got our life left to trade, so nothing to rush. So without any further ado, let's just jump into the NAS 100 trade breakdown. So for the NAS 100, what we are observing in the market is this manipulation area. This manipulation area got produced just at the time of NFP. So as you can clearly see that the price grabbed all the liquidity of the retail traders with this spike. In the 3-minute time frame, you can clearly see that, because all the retail traders thought of going long. After seeing this spike, they thought, yeah, we've got some imbalances over here, so why not? And then it eventually rose down. So what the price did was, it also, because after seeing this massive bearish engulfing candles in the lower time frame and in the higher time frame, many of the people went short and their SL eventually hit, because as you can clearly see that after hitting their SL, price eventually dropped, right? So at the same time, what the price did was, price at the same time grabbed this wick, grabbed the high of this wick, the same time price grabbed the London high. So most of the traders were taken off the market, and then eventually price dropped down. Now our main concern here is, as we've got an order block area over here, and this zone certainly got manipulated a lot of times, so we will be looking forward for the price to reach this level and then go down. And then if you have any kind of point of interest over here, then you should look forward to buy, because as you can clearly see that we've got a massive imbalance area over here around 14,974, this level. So this is the place from which you should go long if you're thinking about going long. Let's just see what our daily candle indicates us. So the daily is also bearish. The daily has been bearish for the last couple of days, 1 2 3 4. So the daily candles of NAS 100 has been bearish for the last 4 days, so it's better to go short to form a short bias. As we have reached the later part of our video, we've got some amazing deals and discount for you guys. As you guys know that 2022 has already started and we're already trading tremendously, but we're offering our VIP service absolutely free of cost, if you're wondering, because there's nothing to be afraid of, there's nothing to lose, because you're not giving us any kind of money. The only thing you have to do is simply deposit your desired amount on our partner broker, and you'll get access to MegaFX and 𝐸𝐺 absolutely free of cost. Not only that, if you want any kind of more analysis, let's say crypto, NFT, any kind of analysis, you can always reach out to us. So our deepest request for you is to just go through all these videos, learn new stuff, and trading is not a career, it's just a lifestyle. So you'll have to develop that mentality within you, and the best time to take the right decision was 6 months ago. The next best time is right now. So take the right decision with MegaFX, and we've also got a dedicated support platform to share your queries, to listen to your feedbacks and suggestions. So make sure to knock MegaFX admin in Telegram if you want to. And that's all for today. Thank you.